The WhatsApp number is 0809 4440981. You can also tweet at Smooth981. We're streaming live on YouTube as well, so you can catch the live stream and post a comment as well. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Zibby. Good morning to all our listeners out there. Shout out to Stanbic IBTC. We have Peter Abe, who, of course, sales trader with Stanbic IBTC Stockbroking. Peter, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Oh, look, we just want to, we know you look at the NGX, the stocks, and so we just want to get an overview of the markets, Peter. We're coming to the end of March. How would you describe this stock market so far this month, and I guess maybe so far this year or so far this quarter?
Well, the sentiment has been quiet, and I'll also say cautious. I mean, we all know the election build-up. Everybody was actually looking forward to that, especially as it relates to markets in terms of the policies. So having gone over the election now, we expect activities to improve and also all the electoral promises to be fulfilled going forward.
Aha, so a wait and see approach. So I guess, would that be the reason why we saw one of the lowest turnovers on the market? Yeah, I think it was $2.something million or so yesterday. Would that fall in line with why we saw that low turnover number?
Well, don't let us forget, I mean, when I did my calculation, looking back to 2022 as at February ending, markets traded up to 278 billion versus this year, February ending was 95 billion. That tells us that, many activities happened early last year. That was when we had Dangote Cement buyback and also Boa Foods were listed. But we didn't have such activities in 2023. So that slowed down activities. And of course, like we mentioned, election build-up is another reason, which is, I mean, it's something we've been seeing over the electoral time that investments will be slowed down. So it's expected to be quiet, but like I said, we expect the build-up to start coming in, more activities to follow afterwards.
So with the elections come and gone, are there any other catalysts as we look forward to the second quarter and the rest of the year? Is it all about policies and what to expect from the new administration? Any other catalysts for the market?
Oh, sure. Don't forget, we've seen some of the consumer names and industrial release their 2022 financial numbers, and they were quite good, good corporate actions. And don't also forget banks, dominant names in the NGX, and they've not released their numbers. So that's the numbers of the banks will be another catalyst we are expecting. And also going into the year, we also many companies have actually almost put some of their activities on hold. The cash crunch, everything slowed down activity. But I mean, with everything coming up with the new currencies alongside the new the hold and the new in circulation, and we expect activities to improve, and that will also spur activities. I mean, many people that want to come into market, all of those things, we expect those things to start taking form from now.
Interesting, very interesting. A whole lot going on. I think I heard you mention the banks, financial sector. I think the top 5 gainers yesterday were all banks. So is the financial sector still the talk of the town or the favorite of investors when it comes to the NGX?
Definitely, and everybody will believe with me that, especially at this time where we have cash, the physical cash shortage, they are the talk of the town. How people want to do their payments, transactions of those things. So they are still dominating activities, and I mean, we've seen a couple of some commercial papers, all of those things here and there from banks and some consumers. So these are things that banks are championing, and we also feel from the payment perspective and everything, they have a better chance to help us improve the economy going forward.
What about the consumer goods sector? I think the index was down 0.02% yesterday. Is inflation, February inflation 21.91% year on year, is that still a headwind for consumer goods?
Well, I quite agree with you. And also, you remember when the CBN was giving their decision on Tuesday, they mentioned that, and also the cash, we have seen some consumers, some headlines saying some of the consumer names were hit by the cash shortage. So that is also one of the reasons that we could attribute for their performance. But going forward, I mean, I am still very optimistic, like every Nigerian, that things are going to improve for the consumer names. And I just have stronger emphasis on the improved cash that will help the consumer space as well.
All right, Peter. And what's your outlook for industrials, though? Will Nigeria's infrastructure needs drive cement makers, for instance, perhaps?
Well, that has been an industry that everybody has focused on, especially the call for improvement in infrastructure. And we've seen quite a number from the rail to the new roads and everything being built. We've seen some of these roads being built by cement. So, I mean, with also housing and every other, call for cement and the industrial goods. So we feel this will be a catalyst, much more that economy will start improving. We expect that industry will also be positively impacted.
Awesome. Thanks for breaking that down. So do you think there's anything to look forward to for the oil and gas sector, for investors really on the NGX?
Well, if you look at the performance of the oil and gas segments, it's been quiet. I think almost throughout this week it's been flat. The oil and gas has been flat. So that tells us that if you look beyond Nigeria, the crude oil prices is been lower a bit for some time. So we expect that to still be the determinant of the performance of oil and gas. Having said that, I think Nigeria is also improving on production of crude oil. So that will also help in one way to improve performance in that sector. But when we combine all these factors, I think it may be flat now, but going forward, we expect an improvement with the shortage of, over with oil. All of these things are just to tell us that but better days are ahead, even for oil and gas sector as well.
All right. Well, let us know what your thoughts are. If you have a comment, you've got a question, the WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981. Peter, we don't seem to see any breakouts in the insurance sector on the NGX. Is it still a case of perhaps too many players with a sector that is in need of consolidation?
Well, if anyone is following the industrial sector, you notice that there was a call to shore up their capitalization lately, and some of them did that, which we feel should improve. But also, I think is more of a general sentiment in the economy, how people perceive insurance, and with also the increase in insurance price. I think these are some of the concerns which the industry will also need to look at. But I also note that most of these insurance are also coming out. We have one in Stanbic as well, which have been trying to let people know that there is, beyond all these concerns that we have, there is actually a reason to take up insurance cover. And I think it's a good one for all Nigerians to consider, far beyond what could be lost. It can be repaid when we have insurance in place. So insurance, with everything being done, I think I'm just optimistic generally about Nigeria, even including insurance. It may be slow now, but with more consolidation, capitalization, and also more awareness about insurance, I think that industry also have a chance to be better.
So overall, Peter, what's your outlook for the market? You put everything together. We've touched on financials, we've touched on industrials, we've touched on oil and gas, we've touched on insurance. How do you see, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but what's your expectations for how you see the markets doing later this year as we move forward?
Well, Rotus, you know what I believe, and my belief with all I've been saying is that we have better days ahead of us. We had it rough early this year, not only in the markets. Of course, the stock exchange is the barometer of the economy, so that shows what we saw in the economy. But with all these elections and everything, cash crown, fuel shortage almost over, I think we have a better chance, and that will also reflect in the performance of the stock exchange. So good days are ahead, I believe, and we'll be here by God's grace to witness it.
All right, very, very optimistic. I like that. I like that. Zibby, go ahead. Any questions? Or I mean, we've asked a lot of questions today already.
We have
Else?
actually. Nothing at the moment, but thank
Good
you
stuff.
so much, Peter. I like how you kind of simplified it, so I really like that.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That is all the time that we have for Business Express this morning. Thank you for listening, and special thanks to our guest, Peter AB, and Rotus for being on the show as well.
All right. See you. Thank you.
There's still a lot more to come on the Smooth Breakfast. Stay with us.